Welcome, everyone. This is the weekly Telarus Tuesday call, conducted appropriately enough weekly on Tuesday. Today's being for February 18th, 2020, one day after Washington's birthday celebration in the United States, colloquially known in about half of those states as President's Day. Washington's actual birthday was last Tuesday, February 11th, and I, of course, celebrated with my traditional feast of cherry pie and Coca-Cola. Telarus hopes that as you checked your wallet yesterday, it was filled with pictures of many presidents. If not, then today you're in the right place, as I think we can help you. I'm Doug Miller, the voice of Telarus, with advice for other aspiring radio, podcast, and webinar hosts. Always avoid alliterations. Alliteration is amazing, but alarmingly addictive, and an angry, active alliterator may not always act accurately. Ask about alternatives and avoid alliterative agony. Telarus cares. Hey, I want to let you in on a big announcement coming up about 2 hours from now. If you've attended one of our Telarus Innovation Conferences, known as TICs, over the past year or so, you're no doubt familiar with our TikTok training webinars featuring outstanding content from Telarus and from various industry experts, which expands on the TIC training and provides deep dive information and opportunities for Telarus partners. Today at 1 p.m. Eastern, there is a very special Telarus TikTok webinar featuring a huge announcement from Telarus Executive VP of Strategy, Roger Blome. We have just brought on a new VP of Business Development for UCAS, and during this special webinar, Roger's going to introduce that new VP along with the rest of the BizDev team, Dom Singer, Kobe Phillips, Brandon Knight, and Roger will show you how this Power Pack team can help you grow your business during this time of unprecedented opportunity in the channel. Roger Blome's Telarus BizDev announcement during today's TikTok webinar at 1 p.m. Eastern. Check out our LinkedIn post or contact any of us here at Telarus for information on joining today's webinar. If you happen to miss last week's Telarus Tuesday call, we were joined by Telarus co-founder and Chief Product Officer Patrick Oborn, along with Telarus VP of Business Development for Cybersecurity, Dominique Singer, for the fourth in our just concluded special Telarus series about our suppliers, who they are, what they offer, and how to determine the correct solutions for your clients among the many available options. Now, last week's focus was on cybersecurity, how to approach the discussion with clients and develop a sound security practice, and with which specific Telarus providers. Now, over the last 4 weeks, Patrick and his guests provided a tremendous education on the entire Telarus supplier portfolio. And in addition to the Tuesday call recordings of these calls, Patrick's also compiling this valuable information into a series of blog posts, which partners can use to educate themselves on our suppliers, as well as to develop compelling sales discussions to conduct with those clients. You really should check this out. It's at telarus.com/resources. Our thanks go out to Patrick, to Kobe, to Dom, everybody else involved in presenting this exceptional series of Telarus Tuesday calls. Today, we're happy to welcome Nextiva to the Telarus Tuesday call. With Nextiva, your clients can manage all conversations in one place, understand their entire business in real time, and automate anything that can be automated. Clients will supercharge their business with a truly unified and integrated platform. Nextiva is business phone service with powerful tools to prospect, engage, and manage customers. And U.S. News rates Nextiva best business phone service in 2020. The new way of working is Nextiva. Aaron Acree will join our call with big news on how Nextiva will help you grow your business using demand days while supporting you with a best-in-class sales operations team. That's all coming up here on the Tuesday call in just moments. We invite you to please log in to the video link and live chat platform where you can see today's valuable information and directly submit questions and comments for review during our Q&A session at the call's conclusion. All right, a few months ago, Telarus COO Richard Murray joined our call to announce the 2020 Telarus President's Club event to be held next March in St. Lucia, a beautiful place to celebrate your success. And our Telarus suppliers will make it easy for you to qualify for this year's award. You can either sell a combined 100K in Telarus MRR or sell a specified amount with one of the individual sponsoring suppliers shown here on your screen. As you can see from the list, there are many terrific and easy ways to qualify, and that list has grown during the past few weeks. Don't miss this opportunity to join Telarus March 7th through 10th, 2021 in St. Lucia for the 2020 President's Club. Thanks to everyone who stopped by to see Telarus last week while we were in Fort Lauderdale for the IT Expo event. It was great to meet with many of you and strategize around the opportunities available in this year's tremendous market. And if you're in St. Louis, actually it's today, right now. Holy cow, I'm late. It just started at the St. Louis Zoo in Missouri from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. Telarus is hosting our Contact Center Boot Camp along with Mitel, Genesis, and Nice in Contact. This event features in-depth training on contact center opportunities focused on WFO, AI, and other software tools and categories. Hurry on over. I've already missed it, but you can still get there and tell them The Voice sent you. And Telarus is bringing the spectacular and transformative Telarus Innovation Conference to partners around the country. This year's edition features all new content from our Telarus management team and industry experts. Please plan to join us at an event near you for a day of training, networking, and activities that will transform your business. And we will be giving away prizes at each event valued at more than 5,000 George Washington dollars. This Thursday, February 20th, the Telarus Innovation Conference travels to Houston at the Astorian and then to Columbus, Ohio on the following Thursday, February 27th at Ohio State University Stadium. There will be immersive technology training experiences featuring outstanding training and contact. Hope you'll join us and take advantage of these tremendous opportunities to enhance your expertise and to build your business. There's that alliteration again, at the Telarus Innovation Conference. You can see our full schedule of events with all of Telarus' upcoming opportunities and register or RSVP at Telarus.com events. Well, today I have the honor of recognizing the Telarus partners who've put up the 3 top wins of the past weeks. We're very happy to be a part of these partners' big sales. In third place this week, we recognize Telarus partners Brad Hope, he's the president and CEO, Terrence Sang, director of mobility, and Matt Burns, strategic services manager. They are the team at 6Play Consulting, LLC in San Diego, California. 6Play closed a phenomenal sale of fiber Ethernet services from CenturyLink to a client in the housing industry. CenturyLink securely links data centers, clouds, offices, branches, VPNs, and LANs in any configuration with dynamic flexibility and dedicated connections on CenturyLink's high-speed global enterprise network. 6Play Consulting enriches their clients with the team's unique and diverse technological perspectives. They're equipped to consult on the most complex networking design scenarios. We congratulate 6Play Consulting on this tremendous CenturyLink sale. And in this week's second position, Telarus congratulates Ruben Pena Jr. He is the president and director, along with all of the team at A1 BizCom, a Telarus Gold partner out of Selma, Texas, near San Antonio. Everything's bigger in Texas, and the A1 BizCom team closed a very large managed services sale from Synoptek to a client servicing the restaurant industry. Synoptek offers consulting, IT leadership and management, business process, and software solutions. And keeping A1 biz and infrastructure and system solutions as well. Now, Ruben reports that Synoptic made this sale easy, leading throughout the entire process and keeping A1 Bizcom informed throughout. A1 Bizcom helps their clients excel with cloud, colo, connectivity, and communications providers. Since 1984, A1 Bizcom has personified the quality, integrity, and value they bring to their clients. Congratulations, Ruben Pena Jr. and A1 Bizcom on this terrific Synoptic sale. Well, taking our number one spot on this week's top sales leaderboard, and this is really fun for me to announce as it's one of our international partners. Telarus congratulates Mark Holder, General Manager at Direct One Limited from Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago, West Indies. Direct One is in their first year of their Telarus partnership and has already topped the leaderboard with this impressive sale of contact center services from Nice in Contact to a client also in the telecommunications field. When it comes to customer experience, it's Nice in Contact's CX1 or none. The CX1 Unified Cloud Customer Experience Platform is the cloud contact center leader. Direct One provides integrated customer experience and management solutions to clients across the globe. They're pioneers and leaders in the Caribbean and are committed to excellence in customer satisfaction and service delivery. Congratulations, Mark Holder and Direct One, on this tremendous Nice in Contact sale. It is our top Telarus sale of the week. Such impressive wins. Thanks to all of our partners for continuing to trust Telarus with your business. Well, now we take a look at this week's training calendar. 4 excellent opportunities being featured on today's call. First up, today, beginning at 2 p.m. Eastern, CenturyLink is offering their monthly partner Need to Know call, a valuable tour of upcoming CenturyLink's new processes, important process changes, systems updates and enhancements, new product launches, and of course, their promotions and incentives. It's everything you need to know and understand to successfully offer CenturyLink's powerful products and services to your clients. It's the CenturyLink Partner Need to Know call. It happens today at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then tomorrow, Wednesday, beginning at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, it's a quick but valuable 30-minute webinar from Call Tower, teaching you the selling power of Microsoft Teams. Now, this product is exploding in the UCaaS market with a current tally of more than 20 million active daily users. Call Tower delivers a top-tier Microsoft Teams experience with global calling plans and a U.S.-based client services team, ensuring a personalized implementation, adoption, training, and support strategy. Spend 30 minutes with Call Tower and reap the rewards selling Microsoft Teams. The training happens tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. And then later Wednesday, beginning at 2 p.m. Eastern, plan to join Spectrum Business and learn how to increase productivity and reduce costs with next-gen communication solutions. Spectrum's unified communications products empower employees with anywhere, anytime communication across any device. That was kind of alliteration. And hosted call center services designed for today's modern call center with the scalability to grow as needs expand. Spectrum Business, UC, and call center training. It happens tomorrow, Wednesday, at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then finally, on Thursday, February 20th at 4 p.m. Eastern, get to know AirSpring's Air NMS, their always-on network monitoring service, which is included free with their managed connectivity or SD-WAN solutions. It provides a single view of all locations, real-time email and SMS alerts, proactive monitoring of all customer service, and ticket opening for identified issues. Air NMS also monitors customer CPE for network availability, device health, and network utilization. Find out about AirSpring's Air NMS during this special Thursday training. It happens at 4 p.m. Eastern. The details and registration links for these and for many other live and recorded learning opportunities are all in your Telarus Partner Back Office. You'll find that at agent.telarus.com. So many valuable spiffs in place as well, which are available to you in the new year. We'll pass along a few of the best each week. Here are 3 to consider as you evaluate your clients' needs. First up, from 8x8, it's their Exceller 8 plus spiff, which you can earn up to 7x MRR. This is an amazing offer. 8x8's one platform solution gives you greater rewards. And here's how to earn up to 7x MRR with 8x8. Essentially a $1,000 MRR new customer 1-year deal gets 2x MRR. 2-year deal gets 4x MRR. 3-year deal, 6x MRR. See the pattern? But if you add contact center on that 3-year deal, that 6x spiff becomes a 7x MRR spiff. You can take advantage of this offer on qualifying deals closed through March 2020. It is the XLR 8 Plus spiff from 8x8. Communications transformed. And next, from Sprint, a unique spiff being made available for sales of Sprint's popular push-button alert system. Now, this is a solution that supports the mandates and the ordinances being passed across the U.S. to protect hospitality workers from harassment and assault. Now, simply introduce this technology to your hospitality clients. Sprint will co-sell it with you. Place the orders and get paid a bonus of $500 for a 100-room hotel site or $2,500 for a 500-room hotel. Great spiff on a terrific product that will accurately report the location of any employee anywhere on the client's property. It's great for their protection. This is a great product from Sprint. Don't miss this opportunity to introduce it to your hospitality clients. And finally, Nice in Contact is built to maximize your income with big spiffs and double commissions. Referral contracts from 20 to 250 seats can earn an upfront spiff payment of 4x on a 2-year agreement or 6x on a 3-year agreement. Prepay that first year of that 3-year agreement and that 6x becomes 8x. And how about this? Sales of Nice in Contact SMB packaged bundles will earn double commissions in the first year. Maximize your income when you sell Nice in Contact. These and many more fantastic deals from our suppliers can all be found at promos.telarus.com. Well, as mentioned earlier, today we are excited to be joined by Nextiva. With Nextiva, your clients can manage all conversations in one place, understand their entire business in real time, and automate anything that can be automated. Now, last month, Nextiva unveiled a new end-to-end marketing program which allows partners to launch and manage digital, social, and event marketing strategies. Today, we'll learn how Nextiva can help grow partner businesses using demand days while supporting you with a best-in-class sales operations team. Our featured presenter today is the National Director of Master Agents at Nextiva, as well as a 3-time winner of the Telarus Smile That Lights Up a Room Award. It's our longtime friend, Aaron Acree. Aaron, welcome to our Telarus Tuesday call. How you doing?
Doug, I am doing amazing. It's really hard to follow you because you do such an amazing job, but I appreciate the introduction. I will never be able to alliterate nearly as well as you do.
Give it a shot. I'm sure you can do it. You start with the name, Aaron Acree. What are you talking about?
That's all I got. I can say the amazing Aaron Acree, or there's other explicitives that I can't say on a publicly televised call.
A list will be available for our partners following the call. It's great to have you here.
Well, I definitely appreciate it. It's been a while since I've been able to join these calls. I've been a long-time fan, first-time caller this year, but appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to chat here. I believe I have control of the slides. so we don't have to see my picture anymore. So I appreciate you guys' time. Good morning, everyone. I will try and do nearly a half as good a job as Doug did on his slides with mine. Want to appreciate you guys taking the time out. Just a little bit about us at Nextiva. I know a lot of people have heard of us, but maybe not necessarily know what we do or how we do it. So we kind of base ourselves on three main pillars. The first one being reliability, the second one being the user experience, and then customer service. One of the things at our core, we trademarked the amazing service name, and the pillars come down to, you're in UCaaS. It's unified communication as a service. So service has to be at the heart of everything you do. But the number one thing is your service doesn't work if that service is down. So we put a lot of time and effort in building our network from the ground up. I'm not going to go and put a network map up there, but we have 8 POPs across the U.S. We're only in the U.S. We don't go internationally right now. But it's something where we've had our core set so that we have failover up to tertiary. So we have no more than 33% utilization at any one of those 8 POPs throughout the U.S. And what's really awesome is the fact there's no salesperson that's going to come in and tell you how often they go down, but having something like Down Detector, I would challenge people to go and check that out. We're one of the only UCaaS providers to have 5 stars there. And we also didn't have any outages in 2019. So something we take great pride in. I knock on wood when I say that because it's always the most scary thing to say. You haven't been down because you want to make sure you keep up, but that's something that we're very proud of. The next thing is the user experience, and that's not just the user for your customers, but it's also user as a partner. How easy are we to do business with? And that's something that we will go into a little bit later in the slides here, is talking about a team that we have to support you. Not only do we have channel managers, we have myself that supports Telarus nationally. We also have a sales operation team that helps you pre-sale. We have a team, on our support side where you're able to go in and actually log tickets, whether you have a call, whether you do it online. Escalation, you can do it via phone, you can do it via, online as well. So it's not something you have to. You can actually go in and chat with our back office and see what your port looks like. So as you're porting a customer, have we got the FOC date? You can do that. Literally go to our website, click on the little pop-up that comes up, and it'll say support, and then you can talk about porting. And then customer service. And this is something I know a lot of customers and a lot of agents I've talked to in the last 2 weeks even have talked about, everyone's offshore. Well, we're headquartered in Scottsdale, and that's where the majority of our support is. And as channel partners, we're moving all of our support there in the next few months. So it's something that's really important to us that we want to make sure we handle it and are easy to do business with. One of the things I like to talk about as well is when to think of us. What is it that the traditional person thinks about when they think UCaaS? And I know traditionally we've been thought of as the small to mid-size, but I'd like to kind of challenge that and say let's go through what's good and what's not. And number one, international is not us. And I want to make sure that's something that's real quick, because I don't want to try and put a round peg in a square hole. But a customer that does want that amazing service. And I'll be the first to say, again, salespeople, raise your hand, tell me how many of you guys have bad service. If you raise your hand as a salesperson, probably not going to have a job here in the next few weeks. But that's something that I really do. I would challenge you guys to give us a shot. You can talk to your fellow agents. What is their experience like? What are what does Telarus think of us? I would love to have that conversation personally, or with someone in my on my team. The other thing that not a lot of people know about is HIPAA. We actually have an entire stack dedicated throughout our core for HIPAA customers. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to be HIPAA compliant for them, but what we will do is sign a BAA that talks about that. And I'll go into that here in a couple more slides. And also someone that can be flexible. Again, end of the day, the user experience from an agent to the carrier, that's one of the most annoying things that I've heard agents say, I can't deal with this carrier. Why do we have to do this? We want to make sure we're the antithesis of that. We want you guys to say, every time I have an interaction with Nextiva, wow, it's amazing. So how to quote? Quick and easy. There's a couple ways. This is the basic template. It's not going to be very different for anyone else, but this is something we can send out as well. But we really just need a few items. You can send that either directly to a channel manager. The PSM team within Telarus is second to none. I love that group. They know how to get quotes done. They know how to get it out. You can also send it to our channel ops team. And again, that's something where we're going to talk about. If you send it to channel.ops@nextiva.com, they have an SLA of 4 hours during business hours. So it's something where I would always include your Telarus, your PSM or SPDM, your channel manager locally. If you don't know who that is, you can always add myself on, and I can help make sure that the right person's. But they'll go in and make sure you get that quote, that initial quote sent out, so that you have it. If that's something you're in a pinch, you need something really quickly, go and do that. The other thing, as you guys probably already know, is GeoQuote and the Matrix were built in there as well. But this will give you a little bit more chance to have that personalized and it coming directly from Nextiva. So it's something where our channel ops team is there to support you as partners, does not replace your channel manager, but it gives you that additional resource so that you have that. In talking about it, I'll go through these quickly. These are some of the people, put a name to a face. And we have them set up for regions. But the nice thing is, if someone has to take vacation or is out at lunch or whatever, they're always backing each other up. So it's something where your channel manager has a team behind them to make sure that they're taken care of. So you've got your East team, you've got a Central team supporting the channel managers, and then we also have our West region team. So all 3 regions that we have currently today, all supported with the back end. The nice part about that is they're not just there for quotes. There's a lot of different things that the sales operation team can do for you as a partner. So we're not sitting here saying they're just a quote team. Most of these people have come from different departments within Nextiva and been promoted up to this level. So there's things as simple as, hey, I've got a really large account. Maybe we need to do a proof of concept. They can help set that up, get you through the back office. Maybe there's, you have a larger sales team and you want to have training. They can do a remote training for you specifically, or in the case of like with Telarus, we'll come back and we train their PSMs. If that's something where you have the need for that, they will help out as well. They'll come out live if that makes sense. And the nice thing is too, they're there after the sale. If there's something that you need help with, they're always a good go-to. They may not be the ones that fix it, but it's a good point of contact to have because they're sitting there in headquarters and they can walk right down the hallway or go up the elevator, talk to whether it's engineering, support, finance. They're there for you guys. So that's something that pre-sale support does. And it's nice in the fact that maybe there's an add-on sale you need help with. They can help as well. Quick turnaround. So we talked about HIPAA a little bit. Just wanted to make sure everyone knows about this. As we're having a lot of success, especially in the Southeast with Telarus, on HIPAA accounts. So again, big caveat, big asterisk. It's not something that we are saying the company now becomes HIPAA compliant. It just means that we are able to go in and sign that business associate agreement, the BAA. That's huge. When you're talking to customers, and it doesn't have to be just hospitals. It can be chiropractic. It can be dental. Anything in the health industry where HIPAA is becoming more and more of that buzzword, great to talk to them. And the best part is it's something where now, because it's such a important area and something that customers are really concerned about, you're not having to drive that price down nearly as fast. That doesn't mean we're trying to gouge our customers, but at the same time, your guys' checks and how you make money is completely dependent on that MRC. We don't want to be the first person to get to $5 a seat. In the right circumstance, have we had to get there? Sure, but that's not going to make a lot of people money when you're getting 15-20% off of $5 is not a whole lot. So it's something to think about. In that, do know that when you're selling HIPAA compliance, there are certain things, certain features that you may be used to that will have to be turned off. So like visual voicemail is something that cannot be done if you want to stay HIPAA compliant. And the fact that a voicemail getting sent through email is not nearly as secure. So just little gotchas like that. So just make sure there are certain things that we will have to tweak. That's something we can always talk to you guys about before the sale with the customer. We're there to help you. We want to make sure this is easy for you. Call encryption is a big part of it. This is something relatively new for those of you who have sold Nextiva before. Thank you. But it's something that we are now doing in handsets that are enabled. So the Polycom X50 series is one of the phone series that we can actually do encryption down to the handset. So if they have it right now, whether we have to upgrade their phones or maybe they already have these phones, we can go in and turn on call encryption And moving forward, we can do that as well. There's no cost to it. It's simply just saying, hey, this is something that we need. So that's something that we just released back at the end of December. Couple other quick products. UCAS is very busy. It's not something where, oh my gosh, my auto tin's the most important in the world. I can beat everyone else out. But there are some things that are kind of neat that maybe you don't know about Nextiva. One of it would be our analytics product. It's something where you can add on to the entire account, and it gives you some of these more visual realizations of what's going on within their company. How fast are you resolving cases? How many calls are coming in? What is that represented in terms of what it was last year the same day, or last week, the same day? These are the type of things that are going to make that a more sticky product, and it plays really well into what you'll hear coming out from us in April when we talk about NextOS. What is that experience of your customer's customer? How do they feel? Did they have a bad experience last time? Because the last thing a salesperson wants to do is ask for a sale when the last experience they had was really bad. So having that knowledge, that insight is super important. The other thing that's really taken off recently for us is that Next Advanced IVR. This can be as simple as a school needing to be able to blast out, hey, snow day. For those of you in California and Florida, I hate you because we're still in like freezing here in Utah. Had more snow last night, more frost and snow. But we've had it where we had a foot of snow a couple weeks ago, and having kids and their parents know, hey, no school today, or there's an abbreviated schedule, being able to blast that out. Dentists have been doing this for a long time, but hey, there's a doctor's appointment, you have a dentist appointment coming up, just a reminder for that. So these are the type of things, the call back. So you don't necessarily have to have a full-blown contact center, but being able to call someone back in line, extremely important. So these are kind of the newer products maybe you didn't know Nextiva did, but would love to talk to you more in depth about. And like Doug said at the beginning of the call, our director of marketing, I will tell you, is probably one of the best in the business. And I've been around over a decade and a half into the channel. Mei Lee is awesome. And so she came up with this and has kind of tweaked it from her original idea. We call them demand days. And this is something where we want to help you as a partner grow your business. So it's not something that necessarily is just selling. It may not even lead to an Nextiva sale right off the bat, but we believe that if we help you grow your business, you're going to want to grow with us. So this is a lot of information on here. I would definitely love to talk to people about this more in depth. But basically what we'll do is, for the partner that wants to come in and learn a little bit about Nextiva, we do a half day of training on who is Nextiva, how do you do that initial call, how do you reach out. The second half of the day, we bring in lunch. After lunch, we go and we'll actually call with you into either customer base or into leads that you might know you have. We might even be able to bring some leads in. It just depends on the right situation. But the best part is, for those people that have larger sales teams, we're going to start paying gift cards to those salespeople based on the quotes that they do. So it's not necessarily closed deals. These are quotes. And I can tell you, when we talked about this at NextCon back in November, we beta tested it. And yesterday we got even bigger numbers, which I didn't have time to get out and be correct. But I'll tell you, the 6 partners that we did this with, we were looking to get about $10,000 in funnel. We averaged $14,000. So it's something where it's really important. This is just one part of this whole connection platform. We just had a media announcement go out that talked about it in CRN. It's an amazing opportunity for those of you that may not have a marketing team or want to utilize something else, where we can help you with drip campaigns, event in a box, whatever it may be. We have field marketing resources out there for you. We'll help you plan an event with your customers. And we're not the ones to say, hey, has to be just us. We love partnering, bringing in cybersecurity, bringing in a network. Let's do this together and go after and get some more of your customers to help you grow your business, which then might also help you get to President's Club, because St. Lucia is amazing, by the way. The obligatory spiff, we're in it. It's an amazing time to be an agent right now. The amount of money that you guys can make. We call our phone rentals DAS, so you can get up to a 5X if you have a $1,000 deal with rental. We just sent out yesterday, and so be on the lookout for an addition to this for this quarter. So any deal quoted in February or March above $750, we're going to add additional monies to this SPIF. So be on the lookout from that. If you have any questions, if you haven't seen it, again, please feel free to reach out to me directly. Would love to talk to you. So I have 3 call to actions that I'd like to wrap up because people like the thing of 3s. 1, I'd say remember us for all size accounts. We're not just at SMB. We have a franchise sales implementation team. So if you have a customer that has 500 locations and they want to implement, we have an inside team dedicated to implement that. Second is to contact us. See what we mean by amazing service. It's great when someone says, hey, I'm great at service, I don't suck. Come give us a try. Give us a small deal. Give us a mid-sized deal. I don't expect you to bring your biggest deal to try us out, but I would love it if you would contact me personally or my channel managers. We would love to talk to you about what we can do and help and show you what it is versus just talking. And the third, at our Vegas show, we have an NFL Hall of Famer coming by, so I would love to see you guys, anyone that's there. If you want to have it in person, we have an amazing team that's going to be there. So I'd love to meet with you. Please, again, reach out. We'd love to talk to you at any point. That is all I have today, Doug.
Fantastic presentation, Aaron. Always glad to have you here. And Nextiva's just got a powerful suite of products that we want to talk about. Make sure that our partners know exactly what Nextiva can do for them. Aaron is the Director of Master Agents at Nextiva. It's time for our weekly Q&A session featuring your questions and comments from the chat window. One thing you didn't touch on that I'd hinted at earlier, and I wanted you to at least address it here, big award for you guys. You were rated by the U.S. News & World Report, which does rankings on just about everything important that there is to rate, as Best Business Phone Service in 2020. This is huge.
It is, and it's something where, again, I don't know that a company out there that won't put up like their accolades, but it is something that we're very proud of. 2020 U.S. News, like that's awesome, and so we're really excited. I'm glad you brought it up, but it is something that I love having other people tell the story, just because, again, as a salesperson, we're always going to say the best things in the world, but it's great to have that recognition from a third party.
I was really impressed. So for those who may not be as familiar with Nextiva, really what you are is enterprise phone service. You have voice over IP call centers and enterprise SIP trunking. Now there's a whole host of features and benefits that go along with that, but really at its core, that's kind of what we're talking about here. And what I love about your presentation is that you immediately talked about some of the different verticals where these can be tweaked or modified or customized to comply, for example, with HIPAA. So many potential aspects of that need to be customized in order to make a business, depending on what they're doing, compliant. And you, as you mentioned, have a team of people that are available to take these products, these suites of products that we'll talk about, and make sure that individual customers and clients are compliant. How does that work? I mean, do customers need to identify that just coming in that, hey, look, these are the requirements that we're looking at, and what is that consultative process like?
So a lot of it comes down to anything that has to do with sensitive information in the medical industry. That's kind of the key to it. But yes, our team will definitely sit down, work with you. We've had a lot of success, especially with you guys in the Southeast, in winning deals like that. So we have experience, with Telarus partners as well as just in the industry specific. One thing that I didn't mention, hopefully in the next 2 months, we'll actually have a HIPAA compliant fax as well, e-fax. So that's something we've been dying to have. We were hoping to have it this quarter, but it looks like it's pushing into April or May of next quarter.
So in the product set that Nextiva offers, really the preference is to sell suites of products. You have the business communication suite, you've got the customer relationship suite, you've got the team collaboration suite. Describe, if you would, for partners how these work together to provide essentially everything that a potential client needs in one place, if you will, with Nextiva.
Say that one more time, Doug. Sorry.
Oh, so you have the business communication suite, the customer relationship suite, the team collaboration suite. Just describe, if you will, why the suites, the bundles of products, if you will, make it so much easier for our partners that are trying to outfit their clients with essentially a one-stop solution.
Well, at the end of the day, we want to make it easy to do business with. And if you have, we have the ability to pick and choose, do individually. But if you have something where this is what the majority of people in this area look for, bundling it all together makes it a little bit easier. As you tend to go up market, you'll see that a lot of those suites tend to change a little bit, and you'll start doing more of the a la carte type. But when you're in, the small to mid-size, which is where we've been focused on a lot of our time, it's just easier to say, here, make this easier. Don't make me have to choose 15 things when you know that I need 13 of them. Just put them all together and bundle it together.
Let's talk about the sales process itself. Brad, listening to us today, asks, how does this work? Do we work directly with a channel manager 100% through that sales process, or are we partnering with a direct rep at Nextiva? What exactly does that look like?
Great question. So we are completely working with the channel managers. It's something where they're going to be in market. So we have about 32 right now and looking to grow in some of the Western markets. But that channel manager is your main point of contact. They will be the one doing the sale. Now, obviously, as we get up market, we will bring in additional resources to help, whether that's an enterprise person, but everything is channel focused. So it's not a direct rep that you have to deal with. It's not an AE that now says channel in their name. These are people that are in the channel working with you side by side.
In terms of hardware, one of our partners is asking on the question window if there's, for example, a Polycom phone that Nextiva service supports that would connect on the LAN via a local Wi-Fi. That's getting pretty specific here, but do you want to talk just briefly about the types of compatibility and hardware that can be used with Nextiva services?
Yeah, so we've got Polycom is probably the largest and most well known. We also have a couple. We actually have a Nextiva branded phone that is as a VTech phone. It has Nextiva on it, so you don't see the VTech name on it. I would have to definitely just more in depth and a one-off. I want to look at, can we do Wi-Fi? I know that a lot of the phones nowadays have Wi-Fi Bluetooth capability, but I'd also cost just because when you start going away from connection, you can run into a little bit more issues depending on how that network is. So I would have that conversation as a one-off. But again, we're very flexible. If there's something out there, most likely we've already tested it. I just don't want to overcommit without having a more specific conversation on that.
So I think the reputation for easy to do business with has certainly gotten out in terms of the pre-sales experience. You mentioned a quoting SLA of about 4 hours, working with all sizes of accounts, amazing service. I think our partners have gotten to know that really well. What they may not know as well is what it looks like on a post-sales basis. And one of our questions on the line here comes back, what does post-sale look like for a cloud phone system? Does Nextiva work with implementation, and does it change or matter based on the size of that account, such as number of phones or seats, et cetera?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So we do have a division called Fast Track, and that's something for 10 phones and below. And it's where we have a group of people that work as the implementation manager. The nice thing is, again, everything in there, you have the ability to chat live with the group. You have update reports, we have timeline, and it's something that if you want more information, we actually have kind of the outline progress of how it goes, as well as the escalation points. As you get above 10, so you're an 11 plus, it'll really depend on, again, is it a franchise? If so, or multi-location even, we have a team that's dedicated just for those types. And so you have a project manager that's going to run point and then manage everything throughout. If it's just a larger account, you still have that project manager. It'll be in our standard deployment team. But what we really like is the fact that you have the sales operation team as a point of contact. You have the channel manager that can help. And then you also have the ability to escalate both via phone and through the web interface. So you have the main point of contact of that project manager, but you have a lot of different people that are able to help you because that's really where it kind of makes the difference on if it's a good turn up, you really love us. If it's a bad turn up, it's not going to be as great of a day.
As I have occasion here and there to listen to various presentations from partners to their clients, even some internal presentations from Telarus to some of our partners, one thing that I'm always, I guess, impressed with, and not in a good way, is the underselling that we often give to analytics. Now, I'm a huge analytics guy. I love numbers, I love data, I love reporting. And as you take a look at the insight that analytics provide into business behavior, as you look at the importance that decision making gives to analytics and the data that come in there and the custom types of reporting that most business needs, I don't think we do a good enough job of selling how important this is. And Nextiva has a very powerful, very robust analytics and reporting offering that goes along with these services. Let's talk just a little bit about why that's so critical and how partners perhaps could do a better job of selling that when talking about Nextiva.
Well, so I think the number one thing is you need to be able to see it to understand it. So that's where I'd say, hey, let's look at doing a quick demo on just the analytics portion of it. But at the end of the day, if you talk to people, to customers, and go ask them, hey, do you know what's going on? Do you have an idea of how many calls you're getting in? That it's becoming less and less that they know just something as simple as that. But if they do know that, they can go and pull a report off their on-prem PBX or even off their current UCAS system. How deep can you dive into it? What type of information do you get? Is it down to the user level? Is it something where you can see live reporting on it? Again, you have to really see what are the things that you can do. What are customers looking for? It'll depend on the type of business. Retail is going to have a lot more, high volume of calls. And if they're set up as a key system, they may not need to worry about the user, like how many times, because it's a line 1, line 2 versus a Doug or an Aaron, in a sales organization. But a lot of times the information that you don't know can really lead you to how do I grow my business even bigger? And that's kind of what we're trying to get to by showing out that analytics and see maybe there's a spot that I'm missing. Maybe someone's just not using the system and you can find that out. Maybe they went back to, I just want to use my cell phone. Well, how's that tying back into, say, Salesforce or their CRM of choice if they're not using the tools given to them? So this is a way that you can kind of find that out and help push the compliance side of it as well internally.
James on the chat window is asking whether Nextiva works with Yealink phones, and I suppose more generally a question would be, how can partners easily find out about equipment compatibility, what works, what doesn't, and what's available?
So I would, and this is the keynote, I would go to the Telarus page and click on Nextiva. We have a site set up specifically for a microsite for Telarus that hyperlinks off their page. So you can go there and you can see all our phone options. We do not work with Yealink right now. It's primarily the VTech and the Polycom. Cisco has a few. If there's an extreme case, we can definitely look into it. But nowadays, a lot of it's amazing what Polycom's doing as they're getting kind of chipped away at different sides to be more competitive in the market. And at the end of the day, we've had nothing but great success with both of our providers. But yeah, the Nextiva website has a listing of it as well. I would just go to it off of the Telarus page.
And one more question about installation. This is from Wes. Does Nextiva offer any kind of a white glove install service that will also train customers on use of the services?
Yes, so we definitely have the ability to do white glove. We can do on-site. Again, that's not something we'll offer up as a standard offering, but if that's something that's important to the customer, that's where we'll be flexible. And we can even rub it in so that it's an MRC cost versus a one-time cost, because again, that's how you get paid, Wes. So that's my offering up. It doesn't have to be that way. We can stay, lower price MRC and do a one-time charge, but it's all, if you look at anyone across the board, and I hate to say this, everyone does a shell game on how to make their margin. We just want to be as transparent as possible. What's the best thing for you and your customer? Let's go and we'll make the situation. So if you need white glove, we're all about it.
And And another question here from Johnny Donovan. I like that. Can we get some information and pricing on your SIP trunks offering? We didn't really talk much about Nextiva's SIP offerings today, but it's an important part of the portfolio. What would you tell partners about that, and where's the best place to find additional information?
I would say talk to your channel manager or reach out to myself. If you guys need my information, I can definitely post it, or it should be in your back office. It's just aaron.acree@nextiva.com. And I'll post that in here as we're talking. The SIP trunking is definitely something that we're doing. It's not as prevalent as it might have been maybe 2-3 years ago, but it's still something we do. We also have the ability to do a shared usage. So instead of saying we're going to have, a 1-to-1 when it comes to phones, so 10 phones, 10 SIP calls, we can do a 3-to-1 ratio and make it a little bit more price competitive. That's just part of the flexibility. It's not necessarily something we want to do across the board, because you can run into gotchas, and that's the last thing that we want to have. But when it comes down to it, like a school or a hospitality type, a lot of times you want to have an over usage model, and we definitely can do that as well. But if you'd like more information on our SIP trunks, reach out to myself, reach out to your local channel manager. Love to have a conversation with you.
Fantastic. Good question from Wes, brief question from Wes. Any discussion you'd like to have about OpEx versus CapEx as it comes to talking about Nextiva's products and servings? How does that fit into the discussion with the client?
Well, again, most things nowadays have been moving to that operating expense. But there is always a time where a customer has a grant or a set aside amount of money they want to do a CapEx. Again, it's going to be more on what does that customer want. But the majority in consumers and businesses have moved to, you look at Microsoft going to OpEx, you're looking at, your cell phones. You no longer really are buying your iPhone, you're renting it from your carrier. So I can't say that OpEx is the only way to go, but that's really where the market's trending. And as you can see, like in the most recent stat, I think it's 16% so far penetrated into that UCaaS market, which is crazy to think with as much momentum as we've had the last few years. But people are starting to move to that OpEx. And it may be referencing back just to the white glove installation is we can make it an OpEx, but if they prefer having some sort of CapEx there to help offset it, more than willing to do it as well.
Great answer. Well, terrific. Aaron, thank you as always for being part of the Tuesday call. It's great to have you back on here today. Nextiva, products and services, and you hinted at this earlier, but you have a big announcement coming up here in a couple of months having to do with, well, I won't take the thunder away, but anything you want to tease about it right now that our partners should be looking or watching for here as we get a couple of months down the road?
I would just say look out for, we've been developing on our own platform. We put over $100 million in investment into this platform. We're running it right now. We're beta testing it with a few partners. It's going to be a banner year for us here in 2020. I hate being the raw salesperson, so I hate saying that, but it's an amazing time to say here's this new product that partners are going to be able to provide to their customers. That want to know what is that customer sentiment, because at the end of the day, everyone's fighting right now to get their customers, to retain their customers, and customer experience, customer service is really that cornerstone throughout, not just for UCaaS, but for every business out there. How well am I taking care of my customers, and how do I know how well I'm doing it?
All I'm going to add to that is take a look at the Nextiva website if you'd like some additional information. There are some pretty interesting hidden gems in there. I think you're going to be impressed. Hey, Aaron, thanks so much for being part of the call today. We really appreciate it. Aaron has put his contact information on the chat window if you'd like to contact him personally with additional questions, or if you have opportunities that you'd like to discuss with him personally. Got a great staff of folks who are available to help you as well. And of course, always your Telarus Partner Support Manager is your first stop for any questions that you'd like to submit to Nextiva. Bring those opportunities. An amazing spiff of up to 5X is now available for their winter spiff. You want to be sure and take advantage of that. Aaron, thanks again for your time today. We look forward to working with Nextiva in the upcoming year. We'll talk to you again soon.
Doug, appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.
You bet. Our thanks to Aaron and to each of you for your attendance and participation today. If you have suggestions for our weekly call, please email them to marketing@telarus.com. If you have any particular alliterative poems you'd like to submit for my perusal, feel free to submit those as well. And we will talk with you again next Tuesday. Until then, I'm Doug Miller, the voice of Telarus. Have a great selling week, everyone.